Hey everybody, it's Erin Taylor, your dish diva, coming to you from the Black Women's Health Imperative. And we are being joined today by Coach Anita, who is a lifestyle coach for our prevention program here at Black Women's Health Imperative. So, Anita, I'm so glad to have you here because this is the first time you've done a snack and chat with me.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me. This is going to be a
Oh,
blast.
yes, I love doing this because it's like just chatting with friends, right, as we eat. Um,
Absolutely. Doesn't get better than that.
Right. And so today we're going to be talking about menopause. I
Whew,
think that's a hot topic right now. Very hot
literally.
topic. Literally. And there was no pun intended in that, but yes, literally, as I just turned on my ceiling fan. So we are going to be talking about menopause and some of the ways that we can help mitigate some of those symptoms that come with it. And as we know, there's a long laundry list of symptoms.
My
It's
goodness.
crazy. And every day I feel like they come out with some new ones. So Anita and I are going to be chatting about menopause, but also eating some stuff that's going to help with those symptoms. All right.
Um,
So Anita, I'm going to have you start with the show and tell first and talk about what you brought today to eat.
okay. Okay. Well, today I have a delicious bowl of, I hope everybody can see that. It is steel cut oats with some bananas, blueberries, and tart cherries and almonds. And I even added some strawberries. The tart cherries are dried, so they're in there in the mix. But I wanted to use this as our snack and chat food, or at least mine for today, because all of these things are foods, veggies, and others that can help us mitigate some of our symptoms that we have with menopause. And we know, ladies, they are plentiful and come at all the wrong times. And they keep us awake and they keep us hot. So, what I wanted to do with this dish is to provide something that's got lots of fiber, potassium, lots of B vitamins, and magnesium. All are things that will benefit us while we're going through, as our elders would call it, the change.
Okay.
It's got lots of tryptophan to help us sleep because I know I wasn't told about it prior to experiencing menopause, but sleeplessness, insomnia is a major, major symptom or side effect of menopause. And I don't need anything else causing me to have little sleep anymore. If I turn on the news or just hear a peep of it these days, I'm already dealing with lots of sleepless nights. So the
Mm-hmm.
menopause has only exacerbated that. So we want to make sure we're getting lots of stuff that are in here and that's in here and good for us to help us mitigate some of those things, especially the sleeplessness. There's lots of polyphenols in here that are really good for our bone health because we know that we lose bone mass and bone density as we age, which is why not only is it good to eat foods that'll help to strengthen our bone mass, but also even do those body weight or, excuse me, lots of weightlifting exercises, right, Erin, so that we keep up our bone density and our bone mass. Because
Yeah.
bone breaks, unfortunately, and especially unfortunately for women as we age, happen much more frequently, and they can have some really devastating and long-lasting consequences.
Yes.
Um, also, this dish not only helps you sleep, but it also helps with bloat, that other
Mm,
awful side effect of
uh,
menopause. Because we
yes.
got enough going on with the belly. Hunty, could I please get my belly back to my 26-year-old self? But even if not, does it have to be menopausal belly? Nobody wants that. Um, like nobody. So
Nobody.
the
Nobody.
fiber in here is going to really help with the belly bloat. And believe it or not, all of these things will also help increase and improve your serotonin levels.
Okay.
Hello, which are some good come on, Jesus, help me, because this is that lack of sleep brain that's going on right now with menopause.
The
Um,
the melatonin. Is
Oh,
that
no, not the melatonin, the serotonin, right?
okay?
And it's reducing your cortisol. So that's the
Mm.
stress hormone. Serotonin is a positive hormone and a good feeling here. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. And
All
how did I
right.
forget that when this is all about hormones of all things? girl.
Yes. So how's it taste?
It is so yummy. And a side note, I add just a little drizzle of agave honey just to
Mm-hmm.
give it a little bit more sweetness to the oats. The fruit is sweet enough. And then the almonds give you a good crunch.
Okay.
So it's yummy.
Okay.
I love it.
All right. All right. All right. Good. Well,
Mm,
that sounds yummy. And I love oatmeal. And I particularly like steel cut oatmeal.
mm-hmm.
Like once I started eating the steel cut oatmeal, it's hard for me to eat the
You
regular
can't
one
go
because
back,
I
right?
love that texture and that bite that comes with the steel cut. And with the rolled oats, they're flat and they get mushier faster, like
Mm-hmm.
too long. Oh, I love steel cut. So
And
yes.
and I know if you look at like what are those what was that show that was kind of depression era, Little Rascals. And
Mm.
they would always talk about the kids when they would talk about eating mush. Nobody wants to have their oatmeal that's like mush. Like
Yeah.
nobody. So add this yummy fruit, add some almonds for crunch, and if you can, steel cut is the way to go.
Yeah, and I know whenever I eat oatmeal, whether it's steel cut or regular, I usually add in all of those things. I have to have some
Hmm.
crunch in mine. So it's either almonds
Hmm.
or pecans. I do, or even pumpkin seeds. We have a lot of pumpkin seeds in the house. My son
Hmm.
loves them. But
And this
it's,
is a great time of year for pumpkin
yeah,
everything.
yeah, exactly. And then, of course, the fresh fruit component. We always have berries in the house. We always have bananas. So those are just all good tie-ins in there. And remember, like eating a rainbow of
Hmm.
colors is so important because it gives you all those different types of nutrients. So yes, I love that colorful bowl you got going on.
Me too. Well, and the berries also give you that extra boost of antioxidants. And right now, when
Mhm,
we want to fight the free radicals and everything else that's running around out here,
mhm,
just more
mhm.
health benefits. So, ladies, try
Absolutely.
as a snack. I know it's not a typical snack, but it really is a good one. And it's a filling one without, there's no bloat after this. There's no feeling like full and heavy,
Mhm.
believe it or not, even though it's oatmeal. So it's a great option for a snack. And especially as we're getting for those of us who aren't fortunate enough to be in, a tropical like paradise, as we're getting to the
You throw some
colder
shade
part
at
of
me,
the
girl.
none whatsoever, girl. It is all good. I'm doing my best to hop on that plane. But it's a great way to warm up. It's a
Yes.
great warm snack.
Yes. Well, I
Mhm.
have made an oatmeal bake before.
Mm.
And so you can add in all of those things, those components, and you just bake
Mhm.
it, and then you can slice it
Mhm. Mhm.
and freeze it. And so when you're ready to have some oatmeal, you just take out one of those little blocks. You can microwave it, warm it up, and it's ready to go. Because it's
Oh, I love
already
that.
got the sweetener in it. It's already got the fruit in it. You can maybe top it with some, nuts or seeds. But
Mhm.
it's a great
Mhm.
way to just have it, ready to go.
Yes,
So
it's
then you
like
don't
a
have to worry about
homemade frozen dinner or frozen
it. Mhm,
breakfast, right?
mhm,
Oh, I love
mhm.
that. Thank
Or
you.
just make it
I'm
a
trying that.
batch, and it lasts you through the week. So whenever you want some more, you just take out, a spoonful or two and eat some,
Mm.
on the go. But yeah, the baked ones are nice because you could actually almost kind of hold it, maybe a little bit. Your hands might get a little sticky, but
And then you better eat it before it starts to thaw.
yes, exactly.
Hmm.
All
Mm.
right. Well,
So, Dish Diva, what did you make?
yes. Well, thank you for sharing your stuff. So I ended
Mhm.
up I found this recipe because, one thing that's happening during menopause is that, we're losing estrogen.
Mm.
And estrogen is what I'm realizing is so important in like regulating body temperature, and that's huge. But then all these other factors that we're seeing, like regulating, your bone density or your muscle
Mhm.
mass and cognitive ability. So as this estrogen goes down, all of those other things start to increase. So we get that brain fog, our bones and stuff get weaker. We get hot. We're having, these symptoms of night sweats. And so it's really important that we focus on getting those nutrients in. And as you said, Anita, I mean, that what you're eating there has so many of those things in there that we would need to help just kind of create some balance in our body.
Mhm.
So, menopause and going through perimenopause is like this stage of your body trying to get into balance again,
Yeah,
or
like trying to
homeostasis.
recalibrate, right? We're trying to
Yeah,
recalibrate.
yeah, because it has to get used to this new normal, right? And
Right.
so, and so unfortunately, people who have had hysterectomies go into it immediately, and so their
Mm,
body doesn't have a whole lot of time to just kind of figure out what we need to do to make this more of a balanced state. It's just like, whoa, everything's off. So
right.
during perimenopause, we are just kind of all over the place as our body is trying to figure out what's going on. And then there might be a surge of estrogen that comes in and you get your period, and then you might not have it for 6 months. I mean, I haven't had a period since January. And recently I started getting cramps. But what
Mm.
happens is I get cramps for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And then it's like, is the period going to come or is it not?
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
But during that time, I don't get as many hot flashes. So it's like, and so my body is, like, okay, woo, we got the estrogen back. We don't need to get sweaty anymore. We can sleep better. But it also is like creating this like thing that, because once estrogen goes down again, now my body's like, whoa, okay, let's bring on the heat.
It's like who turned off the lights?
Right. Right. So there are these things called phytoestrogens, and what those are those are foods that sort of mimic estrogens in our body. And the nice part about that is that they're not going to, be a huge, I would say it's not a definite replacement for like hormone therapy replacement, but it can help your body just kind of create that balance a little bit better. So soy is a
Mm,
big phytoestrogen product. So soybeans, tofu, edamame, however you like to eat it, that is one. Flax seeds are another. Sesame seeds also have them in it, and also beans.
mhm.
So depending on what your preference is, you can make like a cowboy caviar. Have you ever heard that? And it's like a
Mhm,
bean. It's
mhm.
like a bean salad. With like some corn, tomato, and stuff in there. But what I did was I made a little dip. So as you
Mm.
can see, it's this nice little green dip here. Oops. Make sure you guys see it there. And I love eating a rainbow of colors. So I've got like some little sweet peppers here. I've got the sugar peas and
Yes.
the sugar snap peas. And the one, somebody told me how to tell the difference between these and the flat ones. That sugar makes you fat. That, so the little fat ones are the sugar snap peas. The flat ones are the just regular snap peas. I don't,
Fat
we'll just,
peas.
yes, exactly.
Fat peas.
Snap peas. Yep. And then I've got some carrots. If I had celery on me, I'd have some celery here, some tomatoes. Just again eating the rainbow. But I love having dips in vegetables. Like that's one of my really easy go-to snacks is to have something
Mm.
to dip my vegetables in. And so we always have carrots in the house. We always have celery. We always have these little mini peppers because I love
Mhm.
just the crunch and this and and that the sweetness that comes with these.
Yeah,
And
those are my
so
favorite.
yeah. And so
Yeah.
then having a dip like this to go with it. So this dip is made up of soybeans. So I just got some frozen soybeans. There's some green peas in there as well that add a little bit of like sweetness to it because they're a little starchier. And then I added in, oh gosh, what did I put in here? I put I put a couple of olives in there,
Mm.
some green olives. The original recipe I found called for capers, and I was like, I don't ever have capers, so let me just I have a bunch of olives and the brine from that. So I used a little bit of green olives, but I used the brine from the Kalamata olives in there to
Mm.
add a little punch of flavor. There's some lemon juice. There's also like seasoning. There's paprika, cumin, a little bit of salt and pepper, and I also added in some fresh mint and parsley to give it a little,
Okay.
flavor kick. But it's very tasty. And I
It
think
sounds like
that
it.
the next time I make it, I'm just going to play with the flavor profiles a little bit because I think you could just kind of go all kinds of directions with it. You can almost make it taste like a ranch dressing or
Mm.
But,
Ooh.
as I said, the soy products are something that really are going to give you those the phytoestrogens that can help mitigate some of those symptoms that are happening.
Mm.
And being able to eat something that is this fibrous. So you've got a lot of fiber in the dip. You've got a lot of fiber in those vegetables. And that fiber is key to that belly bloat too.
I was about to say,
Okay.
that belly.
That belly bloat, especially when because as our body is like trying to regulate, it's getting all thrown off by all kinds of stuff. So you may have always been able to eat dairy, but all of a sudden now you can't. So just paying attention to those cues will help you with that belly bloat, but the fiber is what is going to help move things through. It's going to help keep you regular. It's going to make sure that your body is getting the nutrients it needs.
Mm-hmm.
Just always keeping in mind that fiber is so important. And then eating
Critical.
a rainbow of color. So like you said, and like with these peppers, like in all the colors, when you get those reds and oranges, yes, you get those antioxidants in there. I'm drawing a blank. The carotenoids in
Mm-hmm,
there, and
mm-hmm.
those are the ones, good antioxidants that help fight things like cancer and free radicals. And we always want to get all those colors. And I'm always telling people, make sure you have something green on your plate too, because a lot of those green leafy vegetables are going to have
Mm-hmm.
calcium in them. And they usually have more than milk
Okay,
per
wonderful.
serving. And so you have to think about that, when your bones are getting weaker
Right.
because of the reduction of the estrogen and all those hormones. You got to think about that bone health. So having those green leafy vegetables is going to be important as well. So, just find some stuff that you like and prefer. And like, if you don't like something like this, like maybe the color doesn't appeal to you, doing something like a hummus, and you can make your own hummus at home, and you can really make them with any kind of beans. Like the garbanzo beans are the most, popular ones, but I've seen so many recipes where people make it with like white beans, or
Mm.
black beans, or,
Oh, yes, black bean.
experiment with that, and those beans again have those phytoestrogens in it. So,
And that fiber.
and that fiber. Oh
And
yeah.
that fiber.
We
Oh my
had
gosh,
chili.
and that looks like, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say we had chili last night, so we were talking about beans, and I had to teach my son the song, beans, beans, good for your heart. So if
I
you guys
love it.
know, you know how that song goes.
You know,
So
you know.
I was singing it to him, and his eyes were like, he wasn't expecting that. But yes, yes.
Oh my gosh, well, that sounds delicious and it looks delicious. And it's perfect timing as well because we've entered so many people's favorite sports season,
Mm.
college football season. So, what a great option for the dip, right? At your tailgating party or your post game party, or even just hanging out at home watching it by yourself or with friends. A great
Mhm.
dip option because, girl, I love the sweet peppers. I keep mini sweet peppers in the fridge at all times, and I'm usually dipping with hummus. But now I want to try your dip too. That sounds
Mhm.
delicious.
Mhm. Yeah.
That sounds delicious. And I think rather, because I usually buy chickpea hummus, but I think I'm gonna make some black bean because I do see that a lot, and I don't see it as much as I would like to. And I think I'm gonna make some black bean hummus. I think that'd be delicious.
Mhm. And on one of these napkin chats, I actually made we talked about beets, and
Mm,
beets. And I made a beet hummus, just fabulous.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
It's a really pretty color too.
mm-hmm.
So I mean, like you said, it's football season coming up, and I will tell you what, you make sure you don't want to go to these things and it throws you way off of your goals, your health goals.
Exactly.
You make sure you bring the healthy thing. Even if you're
Mm-hmm.
the only one that eats it, you bring the healthy thing and you fill up on that, and then you can enjoy a little bit of the chips and the dips and all of that kind of stuff.
And the
But
buffalo wings, because we
yes,
know they're there aplenty. The wings are there.
yeah, but you also are getting this fiber,
Mm-hmm.
so you're not going to be bloated later. Um,
Absolutely.
and you're getting the nutrients that your body needs. And because it's really easy to get off track, especially in the winter time, because there's so many things. We got football season, we got the holidays. I mean, it's like one after the other. And it starts with Halloween. Because let's be
Right.
real, we don't even think about Halloween, but with if you got trick-or-treaters or you got a trick-or-treater in the house and they bring home all this
I
candy.
do. Right.
So it starts with Halloween, goes to Thanksgiving, and then
Then Christmas.
we have Christmas, then we have New Year. So it's like
Right.
month after month after month. So it's a real trying time for people who are trying to stay with their health goals. So just keep that in mind. Bring the healthy thing. Bring the
Because you
healthy
might be the only one who does it, right?
thing.
So please let somebody
Yeah.
think about it being your contribution for the greater good.
Yeah, exactly.
You're the
Exactly.
person who's contributing to the greater good at the tailgate.
Hmm.
Please.
And an
Um,
easy thing to do is just bring one of those vegetable trays. Like they usually come with ranch in it, but you can always make your own dip to put in there, and give
there
them
you
the ranch
go.
for the buffalo wings, and then you can you can use your dip for the vegetables.
There you go. You're helping out everybody. Let them have the
Hmm.
ranch. You bring the healthy dip.
Hmm.
But yeah, Erin, you're so right. It's like all the stuff that's happening back to back to back during the fall into the winter season. And on top of everything else, it's the colder weather for many of us, not all of us, but it's the colder weather because we know some of you are down south and you have the benefit of being able to be in warm weather regularly. Some of you are on the West Coast, some of you are in, lovely tropical islands and enjoying your life there. But for many of us, it's where things just definitely slow down and we're going outside less. Sometimes lots of things contribute to us having less activity. So the more that we can do with the foods that we're consuming while we're having maybe not as much activity, the better, right? For our bodies, maintaining our goals, and triple bonus, helping to mitigate the symptoms and all of the other things that come with menopause,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, and
right?
so what have you had many symptoms? Like, where are you in this journey?
It's the insomnia, some
Mm.
brain fog, definitely the belly bloat. I don't have a lot of hot flashes, so I'm really blessed there. I'm very, very grateful. Um, Though, and I'm watching and seeing if, because it's like, is it because of the state of the world or is it menopause? But when they talk about um, mood, right?
Yeah.
The increased mood and
Mhm.
just having that one that comes with the B word, as people like to call it, just being in that kind of mood.
Yeah.
And I'm not thankfully experiencing that, but I know lots of people do. Mood
Yeah.
regulation gets thrown out of whack with menopause.
Yeah.
And even my OB-GYN said exactly that. She's like, yeah, you might get like really mean for about a year and a half, maybe a year, and then it just goes away. Like it was never there. It
Yeah.
just goes away. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Huh. Interesting.
How
Right.
about you?
Well, I going into menopause and not really knowing anything about it was kind of, and like learning afterwards, like, oh, maybe that's why I was acting that way. I think
Right?
it's so unfortunate because it's something that wasn't really talked about, and so now that we are talking about it, it's kind of like it's so eye opening. So for
Right.
me, I mean, my journey was kind of different because I was pregnant at 43. I had my son at
Mhm.
43,
Same.
and
We have that in
yay!
common.
And so when he was about 15 months old, I got diagnosed with breast cancer.
Hmm.
And so with that, because I was going through treatment, they gave me some injections to suppress my ovaries.
Hmm.
And so I kind of went into a menopause because all of a sudden I was just having hot flashes all the time. And I was like, what is
Mm.
happening? And then starting to really understand, like, wait a minute, like I'm basically in menopause, like a forced menopause right now. So, it's hard to say, was it menopause that was making me cranky? Was it the chemotherapy? Was that causing my brain fog? Like there was just so many things happening at the time, and some of those symptoms were very similar.
Hmm.
Like because if you're in chemo, you might wake up with night sweats. And one night I did wake up with night sweats, but I would be so hot and I had no hair, but you could feel the heat just coming off of my head. And so I was doing the hot flashes and all of that stuff, and I was cranky. I was cranky all the time, and I just was, I felt like I was doing okay, but I'm looking back and like, oh my gosh, I was just, what was wrong? And I remember even just over the past, it might have been like a year and a half ago, like all of a sudden something was just like poof, and I like felt better.
Mm.
Like, what just happened? So it was
So
weird.
something
So it
like
was,
that doctor said.
yeah, but then after I came off of the therapy, like my
Right.
period, it took a minute for my period to come back. Then it came back. And so I was happy because I didn't want to be forced into menopause. Like I
Right.
wanted it to just happen naturally. But I had my period for maybe 3 months and then it disappeared. So then I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, well, I guess now I'm really in perimenopause. Like I think all of the stuff that happened kind of knocked me into that, you know. So which is fine. So now it's I have I have the brain fog. I have the hot flashes for sure. I have a fan in every room because it would get to the point where I was like, oh my god,
Right.
everybody's like fine and freezing, and I'm like, I can't. And I was like, this is, and I'm one of those people that was always cold. I was always
Yeah.
cold, and I was like, I don't
Yeah.
understand this.
Right.
So, and because of my history of uh, the health, look at the brain fog now, I can't even think about it. Because of
Girl,
my
that brain
diagnosis.
fog is so real.
I know. And it's like, why can't I think of that one word? Why can't I think of
Right. Right.
that? And because of the brain, I mean, because of the brain fog, because of my history, my diagnosis, I can't do any hormonal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they won't allow, the doctors won't, even though I had triple negative, which was not hormonally driven, they're like,
Right.
nope, nope. So for me, trying to find these phytoestrogens and things of that nature is what is helping me. And I also found some homeopathic it's a homeopathic medicine, I guess. And I just started it. So I'm just kind of see if and it's supposed to help specifically with hot flashes. So I'm just going to
Okay.
help see if that just helps. You know, they recommend being on it because it's homeopathic. You got to build it up in your system. So they recommend being on it for about 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a little tablet you put under your tongue and let it dissolve. So it's not even like swallowing a pill, excuse me, or anything of that nature. But it's yeah, and but again, now because I feel like my period might come, I'm not having the hot flashes so much anymore. So I can never pinpoint what's causing what at this point. I'm all over the place.
That, ladies and gentlemen, sums up menopause. Right? Just all,
Right.
seriously, it's all over the place. And then you
All
talk
over
to
the
somebody
place.
else and they have like these things going on that you don't have. Or
Mm-hmm.
maybe they were like very minimal for you. And like I
Mm-hmm.
said, some of this stuff I just never, like the hair loss, like there are women who have hair loss. And we
Yeah.
know it definitely thins as we get older anyway. Um, the brain fog, I didn't realize that would be as impactful as it is with menopause.
Mm-hmm.
And so you think back to like, remember when you were a kid and people be like, oh, your grandma just senile because, you know, your grandma would forget this and she would forget that. It's like, no, telling me my grandmama was senile and she was just going through the change.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
that's what was driving it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're so right. We just are still, how is it that in 2025, it is still so under researched and we
I
still know
know.
so little? So thank God for all of the people who are like shining a light on
Yes.
it. The Halle Berrys and the We Do Not Care Club and
Mm-hmm.
um, Black Girl's Guide to Going Through or Surviving Menopause, all those resources. So
Mm-hmm.
yay. And even us out here at Snack and Chat with our lovely bows and our
Yes.
dip and
Yes.
all the stuff that we can do to help each other get through this. Whew, and hopefully help somebody else because
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I just saw something on social media and it was a guy talking about, he was like, hey, for all you men out there who have, partners going through menopause, he like broke it down. He's like, this is what's happening.
Mm,
Not that they're cranky. What he said is not that they're moody, they're clairvoyant. But he was like, they're going through this and they're going to come out because they're going through this change and they're going to come out not caring about what other people think anymore. They're going to like, they're this
hello.
whole cognitive rebuild. You might be a little scared of her right now, but when she comes out of this, she is going to be a warrior. She is going to be you are going to just love the person that she's become. It's like, this is hilarious. I love it.
You know, I love that. Maybe, okay. So we're talking about like our bodies trying to recalibrate. And,
Mhm.
I'm a big fan of always talking about or progressing through life and understanding that challenges are just an opportunity for us to level up.
Yes.
So this is like a leveling up phase for us,
Hmm.
to become those women that Guy was talking about, but that we
Hmm.
know, we already are a bit anyway.
Hmm.
Side note, we already are. But maybe this is literally our and see, here we go. That thought was like right here, and then it just like a bird, it doo, 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 out the window. So I needed to fly back in and say, bye bye. Oh, that's what it is. It's really like our next rite of passage, right? We have the rite of passage
Hmm.
to go into teenagehood and then to adulthood. So this is what this is, right? All of these changes that we're going through, it's our rite of passage to go into that next stage of womanhood. We
Hmm.
are fully on our we do not care about any of these other things. We know who we are,
Yes.
why we are, and how we are because we did the work and
Yeah.
paid the price to get here.
Yeah.
And so now,
And now you're just confident in that and moving forward with that confidence.
hello.
Yes, I
Mm,
love
mm, mm, mm.
it.
And I'm loving this oatmeal bowl. It's so yummy.
I
It is
love
so yummy.
oatmeal. I love
Girl,
oatmeal.
I do. It's been one of
Hmm.
my favorites forever.
Hmm. My grandparents used to eat it every day. I mean, if I went to go visit them, every now and then my grandmother would throw in some pancakes, but every day it was oatmeal. I was like,
Oatmeal.
okay, we're eating oat. Well, we know we're eating for breakfast this morning. She might throw in an egg if my grandfather wanted one, but it was oatmeal every day.
Oatmeal.
Hmm. Hmm.
And budget friendly. Hello.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
And in this economy, we need every budget friendly everything we can get.
Hmm.
Oatmeal.
Oatmeal. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. My
Mhm.
word.
Well,
Oh,
Anita,
especially
go
mhm.
ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, since it is football season and you've got the perfect little pre-game and during game and post-game
Mhm.
snack, are you gonna be watching any games today?
No, actually, we are going to. There's a carnival happening, not too far.
Mm.
Yeah, it used to take place in the stadium, but they're doing it at this location that's actually closer to us. So we got tickets, and It starts at 2 p.m. this afternoon. So we'll be
Aw,
going there with some friends, so that Aiden has,
a
somebody he can
buddy.
go on rides with and stuff.
Yes.
So we're excited. I'm excited to
Mm-hmm.
go. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Enjoy all of that.
Hmm.
I've been invited to a post-game get together. Maybe I'll go, maybe I'll take that nap that my menopausal self loves to take when I get the chance.
Yes.
But no, I think I'll go and socialize a little bit, be with some grown-ups.
Yes.
You
That's
know, I'm
nice.
so glad Aiden will have a buddy that he can play with for today. I need to go have some buddies that I can play with for today because I'm always with my kids. So I want some grown-ups.
You're right. You're right. Grown up
Yeah.
time is definitely needed. All right. Well, Anita, it's been fun. I mean, we've been talking for
Mhm,
quite a bit
mhm,
right now. So just so that everybody watching,
mm.
we're not going to take you into an hour. So I promise. So I just want to thank you for
Thank you for
doing.
having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Absolutely. It's been fun. And I hope to see you on a snack and chat episode in the future.
Girl, yes, if I don't see you on the beach even before then.
Sounds like a plan. I'm always here. And the beach is right
Give
down the road.
right. My gosh. Give love and hugs to those people for me.
I will. All right.
Okay,
Well, bye,
bye everybody.
everybody.
Bye, Dish Diva.
Bye. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And if you have questions, comments, leave them in the chat in the comment section below. This will be posted on the BWHI app. And I'll also post a nice little resource for you guys. I
Mhm.
have called Aging Like a Fine Wine. So it really kind of breaks down through nutrition and what you should be focusing on during this period in your life during the change.
Absolutely. Hmm.
All
The
right.
change.
The change. Until next time, folks, we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.